let's sink this in ourselves, Anthony. 1, 2. You know what would be dope? If there was a wide receiver that was named Oliver Twist.
That would be.
Because then, like, he would be the perfect thing to be like, can I have some more? TD.
TDs.
Oh, trademark. Can I have some more?
Can I please, sir? Can I have some more?
Welcome to another rendition of The Revolution, Week 11. We'll start off with the scores. First up is the South Hayward Alfredo Pollos, who just demolished, decimated, destroyed, took out Nat King Trolls, who had 58 points to the 121. Top score for the Trolls was Ezekiel Elliott with 27, and Saquon Barkley led the way for the Alfredo Pollos with 35.
Up next, we got the Nightmen taking on the Reservoir Dogs as the Reservoir Dogs fell to the Nightmen 121 to 97, with Jared Goff being the highest scorer for the Nightmen with 35 points. As for Cam Newton, gave the Reservoir Dogs 26 points.
The Alabama Crackheads edged out the San Jose Party Foulers 82 to 68. Up for the Party Foulers, their top scorer was Tyreek Hill, who put up 33. Mark Ingram put up 24 for the Crackheads.
The champions, the San Francisco Shabooms, took on the Cucamonga Cracker Killers this week, with the Shabooms coming up on top 116 to 78, with Stephon Diggs being the highest scorer for the Cucamonga Cracker Killers. As for Patrick Mahomes, with 38 points for the champ.
C plus LMAO has once again came up with a C plus performance with 90 points, went down to the Flying Gracians, who put up 95. Ben Roethlisberger led the way with 25, while Mike Evans also put up 25 for C plus.
The Hayward Huff and Puffs took on the 94th and Jacket Mobsters, with the Huff and Puffs coming up on top 90 to 57, with Devontae Adams being the highest scorer for the 94th and Jackets, 17 points. Travis Kelce for the Huff and Puffs with 19.
All right, up next is best and worst performance of the week. Anthony, what's the worst?
The worst came from running back Dalvin Cook from Minnesota with 12 yards and 2 fumbles, giving him -1. The worst performance ever in a week. And from a very good running back, I might add.
And right on the other side of the spectrum, with best of the week, Saquon Barkley with 142 yards, 3 total touchdowns, 35 fantasy points. Now it's time for All Over That Bench. My choice is T.Y. Hilton, member of the Sack King Trolls, who decided to put up 155 yards on 9 receptions, 2 touchdowns, and 29 points. It would have been real handy. However, it was all over the bench. Anthony?
I have my backup quarterback, quarterback Drew Brees from the New Orleans Saints, who threw for 363 yards and 4 touchdowns, giving him 32 points. But it didn't matter because my starting quarterback had way more.
There comes a time when there's a motherfucker that decides to score, and he helps nobody. My choice this week is Jordan Wilkins of Indianapolis, who had 4 attempts, 30 yards. He got a touchdown, 10 points, and you think it'd be nice, except that motherfucker helped nobody. Anthony, who you got this week?
Wide receiver Traquan Smith from New Orleans, who had 10 receptions, 155 yards, 1 TD, giving him 23 points. Motherfucker helped nobody.
I also did help that Drew Brees was on the bench, but he was throwing them, and you had to throw them to somebody.
Oh, he was serving them to anybody who wanted them.
Hey, if you're there, you got one.
That's right.
Yeah, Oliver Twist, you want some mo?
That's right.
Boom.
He was Oprah that day. Hey, you get a touchdown. Hey, no, you get a touchdown. Oh, everybody gets a touchdown.
All right. Open segment. And we keep calling it open, but we keep talking about the same motherfuckers. Both Bear teams, they're both motherfuckers that keep losing. Well, no. I take that back. The 49ers, of course, lost to the bye week.
That's right.
17-13, close, but
it's
they
very
still
close.
lost. They still have not managed to close the game, even on the bye week. The Raiders, on the other hand, on just freaking luck, good or bad, depends on which way you want to look at it, but they just ran into a win. And it was not impressive. It was chaotic. There was an instance where Derek Carr and John Gruden were just yelling at each other. They're just at each other. And, usually you want them to at least have a good back and forth. But they haven't had that the entire season. And then all of a sudden they're mad at each other and they won the game. So take that for what it's worth. To me, it's worth nothing. Except that they have just screwed themselves this week out of that number one. All right. So they, by the last minute field goal, they beat the Arizona Cardinals 23-21. And now they are 2-8. And they have the number 3 pick. Why the number 3, not the number 2? Math, people, math. You want to do it? We're not going to do it on this show. But I did it already. Anyway, all you have to know is basically strength of schedule is what decided this because they are of separate conferences. Giants, 49ers, NFC, Raiders, AFC. Whole lot of numbers went into it. Not really. But case point, Raiders have number 3. Giants have number 2. 49ers have number 1. As of the end of this week. Someone might run into another win. I expect the Giants to run into more wins. So I expect 1 and 2 to be Bay Area picks. It's going to be a flip of a coin who gets where. But point being, Raiders have the number 3. Now they have to lose, and they have to hope that other people lose too. Feels weird saying it like that. But when you have a shitty season like both teams have had, that's how you got to think. At least, you got to take the fan aspect out of it. You got to forget that you spent all that money on season tickets. You got to forget that there's no way you're going to sell them to anybody. You got to forget that there's no way you can get your PSL back. Not better.
Not at all.
But hey, at least you can take hot dogs that you bought at 7-Eleven into the stadium because the ones in there are like $10. F that. Tip for Levi's. Bring your own food. So, and the 49ers were on a bye week, and they're going to come back, and they already decided that for their game in Tampa Bay, because they're going to go to the other side, was it time differences against Tampa Bay, and they already announced that Jameis Winston is going to play. So we're not going against Fitzmagic. They're going to play against Jameis Winston. So I don't know. You got a guy that's going to throw for a ton of yards, but maybe not a bunch of touchdowns. And then you got a guy that's going to throw for not many yards, maybe 2 touchdowns. Kind of weird. However, I expect Nick Mullins to do okay. I don't expect him to win this game. Because as we all saw on Monday night, he's still extremely green. Extremely green. He needs to be heavily guided. So we're going to have a quick talk about the Monday night game. There's several things about the Monday night game that I want to talk about. And we didn't foresee the amount of points that were scored. But first, we're going to talk about the game itself, not the game, but where it was played. Because originally this game was scheduled for Mexico City at the Estadio Azteca. And I don't know if you knew this, but over the weekend they had midweek, weekend, couple of days, multiple shows. Shakira had a big, huge show. And her hips did not lie all over the stage, and it just messed up the grass. I guess that's the reason that it was moved back to Los Angeles. And I just wanted to point out, watching that game, the field in LA was pretty shitty. I mean, there was turf flying everywhere. There was divots galore. I mean, I don't know how many shades of green you saw out there, but I saw green, darker green, brown. A lot of brown. And I saw a lot of people slipping. I saw Patrick Mahomes slip 3 times in this game, untouched.
Yeah, the Chiefs' white uniform went so white after the game.
Yeah.
Pretty brown there. Brown as that. Brown as deep as the director's skin color.
Yeah. That's correct. Huh. Well, I just wanted to point out that field was pretty crappy.
Yeah,
and
pretty shitty.
But whatever, we're going to give the Rams the home game because it is their home game. So, hey, that was just a lateral move there. I hope the tickets were free.
That's right.
Yeah. And there was 104 points scored in this game, which is the 3rd highest in NFL history. They kept talking for 3 quarters about the highest scoring game on Monday night, and then it turned out to be 3rd highest score all time.
All time.
Which is quite amazing. I'm not going to add no asterisk, but I'm just going to say this once and then just let it get lost on the internet forever. The Rams defense is really, really good, but they got exposed on Monday night. Not by talent, but just because of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
The moment dictated this was going to be a high-scoring game, so it just dictated that they were just going to allow a lot of points. They did score on defense 2 touchdowns, so, there you go. This game was a really good game. It was actually one of the most exciting games I've seen in a while. And I give a lot of grief to Patrick Mahomes. But this time, he did okay. 6 touchdowns, right? He did okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a harsh critic of guys that go to good teams and claim to be the reason for the team being good when the team was good without you. But whatever. Better. This time we have a special edition that I would like to call the Holiday Lightning Round.
Right.
We're going to go off 3 Thursday night games, Sunday night, Monday night, and we're just going to go who wins. That's it. Here we go. Anthony. Bears at Lions.
Bears.
Lions. Deadskins at Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints.
Saints.
Saints. Sunday night. Pack versus Vikes.
Vikings.
Packers by a lot. Monday night. Titans versus Texans.
Texans.
Titans barely on accident. See you week 12.